Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Una. I do project planning content and other related stuff. And today I wanted to go through everything I bought in the past year. I'm filming this about halfway through December, so this is presuming I don't buy anything else, which I don't think I will. But yeah, I just thought it'd be fun to look back on the year and everything I got and give you some thoughts on stuff when relevant. This year I bought 33 items and I spent $206 on them. So that's not including prices for stuff that I was gifted, which there are a couple of things. But yeah, I feel pretty good about that. It is a little bit more money than last year, but about the same amount of items. And yeah, I'm going to continue trying to decrease that, but I spent way more and got way more items in years past, so it's not too bad. All right, the first order of the year was an e.l.f. order for me, and I bought 5 things. This sheer tint setting powder, this was on the recommendation of Sarah Rose. I had just finished a powder, I was about to finish a powder, and I was kind of looking for one, and this one was being discontinued, and she recommended it, so I got it. I have used this probably about 20 times, and I like it so far. Nothing special though. I did actually use up a whole 2 other powders, so that's why I haven't had a ton of time to spend on this, but we're getting there, and I don't really regret it, although I probably could have waited for a while to buy new powder. About a setting spray, I had just finished a setting spray. As you can see, this one, maybe you can see, this one's pretty much empty. Like, I've used this like 120 times, I think, so I think you can tell I pretty much like it. I do like the formula. The spritzer is not the best. It can get pretty like drippy, and it's kind of an oily setting spray, which I don't mind texture, like in terms of how it lays on my skin, but it does kind of get oily on the top. So yeah, I also got 2 lip products. These are like, I probably wouldn't buy them again, but I do enjoy them generally. This is like the Hydrating Core Lip Balm. I will say this is like a tinted lip balm, but you can't just like apply it like a lip balm. Like, it does get your lips pretty pink if you keep reapplying as much as I reapply lip balm. So that's a little bit annoying. Also, the smell is like a super artificial watermelon, which I don't love. This berry lip balm is nice. This was on recommendation of Kelly Gooch. I do enjoy it, but you have to like warm it up first, and similar to this one, you can't just keep reapplying it because it does have a significant amount of pigment. So yeah. I also got a free mascara, which I used up. I did enjoy this, but it did kind of smudge, so I probably wouldn't get it again. After that, I did make an order from AOA where I got 2 makeup products, a mascara that went off after using it like 30 times. It like smells horrible now, so I would not recommend that, even though it was only $1. And this Hold My Brow, this is pretty good as like a soap brow. I will say the instructions say to take a dry spoolie, and it really works much better if you wet the surface first. So I'm not sure why it doesn't say to do that, but that's what I do. I'm wearing it today. It works well. I've used it like 60 times, I think. So yeah, I'm liking it. Next was an order from Pretties for Your Face where I got 7 single eyeshadows that I'm pretty happy with. I will take you through them. The first is Asteroid. This is what I have. Unfortunately, this shattered when I brought it home before I really had the chance to use it, maybe at all. And I don't really remember what the original was like, but this is it mixed with another eyeshadow that I that also shattered, and I just kind of smushed it back in there. I quite like this. Like, I like it enough. It's a little bit weird because it's like very pink and very like purple, but yeah, duochrome. Next is Big Bang. I would say this is like really similar to like Bougie, which I have from Looksy, so I haven't gotten a ton of use on this, but I have used it some. It's a nice formula, but yeah, I probably could have not gotten this because I have some very similar shades. Next is the shade Cham Cham, this like light pink. I will say, I don't know if I had a different thought process when I was getting this, but this is like very light, so I basically only use it as like an inner corner highlight, and I kind of wish I hadn't gotten it. I do like I don't overall regret this order. We're starting with the bad ones. Next is the shade Cosmos. I think the shade is really gorgeous, but it's so flaky. It kind of gets everywhere. Like, I have to literally apply it with my head tilted all the way back and like rub it in to make sure it sticks so it doesn't fall all over my face. And yeah, I like nudged it a little bit and it like got flakes everywhere, so I don't love that, but it's a gorgeous color. Next is the shade Hooch. This is like kind of a gray reddy orangey color. This was highly recommended by Silly Pans on Instagram, she was kind of the impetus for my order, and I do enjoy this. This is definitely unique, and I've only used it I think 3 times, but I am like intrigued and I'm glad I got it. Next is Tesseract. This is kind of an an also pretty flaky formula, but kind of in a more nude color. I've only used this maybe twice. I'm a little bit hesitant to use it more because of my experiences with Cosmos with this formula, but it looks lovely. And finally is the shade Zbornak. This is like a pretty very neutral taupe kind of shade. This is a gorgeous formula. I'm so glad I got this eyeshadow. I love it. I don't have any other shades that are this depth that are kind of taupe or gray or cool brown. So yeah, this is perfect. It's super shiny. It's gorgeous. I used it in my Panless eyeshadows recently. Absolutely love it. And I have like, I don't know, 35 uses on it. So overall, I'd say not too bad. It was a pretty big sale, so that's why I ordered at that time. I'm glad I got to try out the formula. I was interested in this brand. I think I got some shades I really like. I got some shades that I'll definitely use. I got some shades that I could really do without, but that's okay. I don't really mind it that much. But next, I got the M Cosmetics Serum Blush off of Mercari, actually. I had my eye on this for years, and finally I was like, let me see if I can find it on Mercari. And I did, and this is in the shade Rose Milk. I like the shade. I definitely have blushes in kind of this shade, but I will say I hate the formula. Like it's a serum blush, and it definitely feels like a serum, but it just like, it makes it blend out so weirdly, and like the edges don't blend out the way you want them to. And I always feel like I look on my cheeks during the day and it looks like sooty almost, like it looks almost gray because of how shiny it is maybe. I'm not really sure what's going on, but I have found ways to use this, like if I mix it in with other liquid blushes or like a little bit of concealer even, just to kind of make it a little bit more set. Like I'm wearing it today and I really love this kind of look, which is with a concealer and another liquid blush, but on its own, big disappointment. I'm glad I didn't buy this full price, and I'm especially glad I didn't buy it from the brand because the brand owner has done some sketchy stuff with like faith healing, and yeah, so yeah, I'm glad this isn't a favorite and I don't have to repurchase it, and now that's out of my system, I can just kind of forget about M Cosmetics. All right, next was a big one. I bought 7 liners from Glisten. I had my eyes on these for, again, like 2 years. I don't know. I need to push myself to do liner more because these have not gotten like enough use, and they are pretty cool, and I've rolled some of them into projects. I had Banoffee in projects, which is like the 2 yellows. I think I had T-Rex maybe in a project. Anyway, I need to use them more. I need to push myself just to fiddle with them in my free time. But I mean, they're definitely a lot of extra work to like get a brush and get some water and everything. I did declutter a couple of, like I had a couple liners before, and then I got these, and because most of them are split liners, some of the colors ended up being really close to the ones I already had, and I didn't really expect that. So I got rid of a couple of my other liners, which are from Glam Vice, that were too similar to these because these are more space efficient and they're smaller. And anyway, but I don't really regret this purchase. I kind of wish I had gotten a palette instead, but I don't really know. I just need to use these more, and I think I would still want them if I hadn't gotten them. So there's that. All right, next, my mom's, wait, where is it? My mom's coworker actually gifted me 2 of these mascaras. These are the New Color, I don't know, mascara in black. I've never heard of this brand, but I really like these mascaras. I've been using this one. I think I just hit 70 uses on it today. It's great. I really like it. So yay. I have a whole nother one after this one. Okay, next I got 2 lipsticks from ZC. This is the Picasso Girls of Avignon lipstick, which is kind of a more peachy almost kind of shade, and this is the Dragon lipstick in the shade Princess. This is a lot more kind of a pink toned red. It looks a lot darker in this lighting because the sun's setting. Sorry if it gets dark. Yeah, I again had my eyes on these for a really long time, and I just bought them. These were both picked out on recommendation from Hannah Louise Poston, and I just really wanted them. I don't know, they're gorgeous, first of all, in the packaging, and like they feel so you know, incredible, fancy and everything. And I wish they were shades that were just like a little bit better. Like this one I think I just need to get used to because it intimidates me because it's red, but it's not actually that red on the lips. This one I wish was a little bit less peachy on me, but or like coral even, but they're actually very, very pretty lipsticks. I'm very happy I got them. Next is 2 more lipsticks. These are a very different color story. This is Suede from Lawless, which is like a very kind of cool toned brown color, and then Revlon Mink, which is a little bit of more of a neutral brown. I love these, like I wear these so much. Definitely something that was missing in my collection, definitely something that I really wanted and that I think really suits my skin tone and the kinds of looks that I like doing, especially with greens and browns and even purples, and so I'm super happy I got these. Yeah, good time. At the same time, I went out to Sephora to find the right shade. I also got this NYX Bare With Me primer. I wish this was less of like a goopy jelly because it just weirds me out, but on the face it's quite nice. So I feel pretty good about those as far as things go. All right, next was for my birthday, I got myself the Natasha Denona Mini Glam palette. I thought this would be like the most versatile wearable for me. I would have gotten the mini gold, not gold. What's the green one? I would have gotten that one if it was in stock, but I like this one and I really already have plenty of greens. But yeah, I've only used this I think 3 or 4 times, but I do like it so far. The formulas are nice. Yeah, I don't know exactly what else to say about it. I still need to try it, and I'm also just like glad to satisfy my curiosity about Natasha Denona eyeshadows. I feel like they get so much hype. They're talked about so much on YouTube, even within project painting circles. So I'm very interested to keep trying it and see what I think. I also got a free sample of this tiny little sample of the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Believe, and I love this. This is the blush that I mixed with the M Cosmetics blush. I think it's gorgeous on its own. It's great for mixing. It's adorable. It's so tiny. And I think because it's tiny, it makes it easier to apply a reasonable amount. I know people talk a lot about how pigmented these are, and they really are, but like this just makes it not intimidating. I love this shade. I'm gonna see if I can use it up next year, and if I do, I might honestly repurchase it. I'll probably not try to buy a full size because it's a lot, but I love this. I love this so much. It was really unexpected, but yeah, this is amazing. All right, and finally, my Black Friday order, I got the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Mist, Setting Spray. This is to replace this setting spray. I like having a spray around. It's not like my top priority, but I thought if I was gonna buy one, I might as well get it on Black Friday. And I also got the NYX Glitter Primer, which I've been wanting to get for years again, but I just never really like had a reason to. The amount of times I've added this to my Ulta cart and then not ordered anything is extreme. I think it's in my Ulta cart right now. But yeah, this it just has a reputation for being like the best cheap glitter primer. I thought it would be nice to have one. I'm about to finish an eyeshadow primer, and I like kind of wanted to wait until that was finished to buy this, but it was Black Friday and these were both on sale, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna order these 2 items and some skincare and, you know, save some money. They're things I know I've wanted for a long time. So yeah, so that's everything. I feel pretty good about that. I mean, looking back on it, it's a pretty good range. Definitely more lip products than I want to buy in the next year. But other than that, and more eyeliners. Yeah, I mean, 2 liquid blushes is not like ideal going forwards, but I do really enjoy liquid blushes in general. One of them I love, and it's a mini. One of them I don't love, but I wanted to try it out. And other than that, everything else is pretty good. I mean, I feel like I tended to buy things when I needed them and when I was like really curious about them. And I think a couple orders of things I'm curious about per year is like totally fine, especially as my numbers are going down through other means, through panning, through decluttering to people that are interested in them. My numbers are gonna come out soon. I'm gonna start doing my inventory. My numbers have gone down overall in my collection, which I'm really proud of, through planning and decluttering, because I've only finished like 20 products and I bought 30, so obviously it's not just through panning, but I am really proud of that, and I'm really proud of kind of the handle I've had on my purchasing habits, and I think like I just continue to learn from the past. And next year I'm gonna do a little buy just to give myself a little bit more structure, just to push me to buy even a little bit less, but that's kind of tailored to hopefully giving myself leniency when I want to and when I think it would be reasonable to, and just not giving myself leniency to buy things I don't need. That doesn't really make sense, but like, for example, this product, totally fine. So totally fine I bought it, but I had a brow gel I was using that I didn't use up for like another 6 months. So like, did I need to buy it in January? No. Like, I probably should have just waited until I actually used up the other brow gel, or was about to use up the other brow gel, and then I could have bought this as a replacement. But just kind of, I have that urge to like, I'm like, oh, but I will need this, so like I should go ahead and make an order. And I want to like, you know, settle that. Again, same thing with the powder. Like I had just finished up a powder, but I had another powder. I had 2 other powders that I still had time to work on that I didn't finish up for another 6 months. So it's like, well, this just kind of sat around for 6 months, and that's fine in the grand scope of things, but I might as well push myself with my low buy rules, hopefully, to actually do those a little bit more when I actually need the products. And then also with a little bit of space built in to have fun. For example, an eyeshadow palette. I don't want to say like, no, you can't buy any eyeshadow palettes. You have so many eyeshadows. Like, I think a lot of people, that's pretty common on YouTube now, like in the panning community, like people being lenient with themselves because like eyeshadow is really fun. Like I want to build that in, but also be like, but don't go crazy. Don't buy, like one of my rules for my eyeshadows is that I have to try and dupe it out first. So if I have all of those shades, like no. And just like really check in with myself at every stage as to what's really going to be fun, what am I really going to be trying out, and when do I actually need things, and am I just like excited to buy something when I don't actually need it. Anyway, that's a little sneak peek forward. I hope you enjoyed this. I think this is a pretty, I mean, obviously I'm lucky enough to have the disposable income, or yeah, I mean, and have my parents taking care of a lot of my expenses while I'm in school and all that kind of stuff, that I can buy this stuff and feel fine about it. But also I think this is a pretty reasonable amount of stuff. I mean, as far as things go, I would say probably this year, I actually don't know. I am generally someone who buys a lot of stuff on sale, but this year I did kind of want to focus more on just getting things that I really wanted. Like with all of these lipsticks, none of them were on sale, but I'm so happy I got them. Like I really am. And I want to do more of that going forward, of just being very, very careful and very just like mindful of what I buy and why I'm buying it. I think this was pretty reasonable. I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm proud to have already finished or almost finished some of the products that I bought this year. This is finished and this is like 2 spritzes away. I haven't hit any pans on anything I bought this year, but I think that's pretty reasonable considering the amount of eyeshadows I have. But yeah, I will keep monitoring this as I go forward. I do have a little project in the works maybe of keeping track of things, how many pans I have in eyeshadows I bought in specific years. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I also keep track of like what percentage of things I finished or decluttered that I bought in previous years. So yeah, I think that stuff is really interesting. Let me know if you want to see more of that data. Otherwise, the sun is setting. It is getting dark. I apologize. It is winter. But yeah, I hope you thought that was interesting. That's everything I got this year, bought or was gifted, or I got with a gift card or anything. I didn't really keep track of that as I was saying it, but yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!